Okay, Rosso, you better have some answers for me.
Stobart is here to see you, monsieur.
Did he say what it was about?
No, monsieur.
Very well.
Oh, brother. You didn't even ask about what we want with him. I mean, come on, dude.
Hi, Inspector. Remember me?
But of course, Mr. Stobart. My mind is a well-ordered faculty.
You're also
A
pretty
method
nuts.
classification systems that's the envy of the Bibliothèque Nationale. No tricks, mark you, monsieur. Just exercise. Just as our muscles waste through inactivity, so our minds decay. But there is no need. If only people would learn to exercise their wits daily.
If he was trying to impress me, it worked. He was pompous and patronizing, but he had style.
Eh bien, if you called about the bombing, you're too late. Investigations have been closed.
Oh, for heaven's
But
sake, really?
I've been taken off the case.
What about the murderer, the dead guy?
It is out of my hands.
So he's just gonna leave it to all this, eh?
What was that psycho-detective business you did in the cafe?
It is my theory that the passions evoked in violent crimes create ripples in the ether, invisible to all but the possessor of a highly developed and receptive mind.
I'm impressed. Can you bend spoons, too?
I didn't think a man of your obvious intelligence would stoop to mockery.
I'm not mocking. I've had personal experience of the power of the mind. I used to get ignored at parties until I read a book that changed my life.
Really? What was it called?
Hypnotism for Fun and Profit. He looked at me as if I'd farted at a funeral.
The power of mesmerism is a rare gift, not a party trick.
Oh, brother.
You're not going to try any of that psychic interrogation on me, are you?
Do you find the thought of my probing distasteful?
Let's just say I'd rather you didn't. I've got more doubts than doubting Thomas when it comes to mysticism.
Too bad. I think you would make an interesting subject under controlled regression.
The day I let anyone mess with my mind hasn't dawned yet. Did you find out the ID of the guy who was killed in the explosion?
I already knew who he was.
I heard that the bomb victim's name was Plantar.
Your sources are reliable.
He was a big shot at the Treasury, wasn't he? Maybe that's why you've been taken off the case.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I cannot comment.
Here we go again.
Do you know a pair of thugs called Flap and Guido?
I have known those two since they graduated from special school. Flap is a nasty piece of work, but Guido is the real brains of the partnership. Where did you hear of them?
I met them out front of the Hotel Ubu.
Yeah, not a very nice pair.
Don't you want to know what I found out about the killer?
I told you, monsieur, the case is closed. I have washed my hands of the whole affair.
Then I'll have to continue my investigations without your help.
No, you must forget the business of the crown completely. Go back to being an ordinary tourist, Stobart.
Okay, seriously, what are you up to, Rosso?
Have you heard of Professor Pegram, the archaeologist?
Molly Pegram, the second son of Lord Barclay Pegram.
I don't know. I only read about him in a magazine.
So much for the efficacy of rehabilitation. What has he done this time?
He made an important archaeological find in Ireland. Do you know Pegram well?
I have connections with the family, but I wouldn't say I knew him at all.
Is his name really Molly?
Of course not. That was the nickname he was given at school.
Wow.
All his friends and acquaintances know him as Molly.
I'm not sure I'd like to be called that.
Have you heard of the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. But of course, monsieur, their fame is widespread throughout France. We haven't forgotten them, unlike the rest of Europe.
It was the King of France who persecuted them, though.
Indeed.
That shook his cool. Underneath his cultured facade, the man was real twitchy.
Something is up with this conversation here.
You're obviously a great admirer of the Knights Templar.
They were men of great honor, monsieur. The flower of chivalry.
Not everyone would share your views, Inspector.
Not everyone shares my passion for Bartok.
But if the Templars were as honorable as...
That's enough. I do not wish to hear your uninformed opinions, Stobbard.
Why do you get so wound up about the Knights Templar? They've been dead for centuries. I shouldn't have pushed my luck. Maybe his ancestors were Templars. Whatever. I saw the anger flare in his eyes like a distant summer thunderstorm.
The Templars were the first true internationalists. 800 years on, and still the world is fragmented by nationalistic flag-waving fools. You will excuse me.
And he's given up talking to us because now he's absolutely angry at us.
Excuse me.
What do you want now?
Well, there is someone you can help us with.
Have you heard of a man called Marquet?
Yes. He used to be known as the Mole of Montmartre. I heard he's been hospitalized, probably by one of his rivals.
Which hospital was Marquet taken to?
The Hagenmeyer Clinic in the Avenue des Hérissons.
Why was Marquet known as the Mole of Montmartre?
Because he lived in Montmartre, I suppose.
Yeah, but why the mole?
I don't know. Maybe he ruined people's lawns.
Oh, wow. That'll be the day.
See you later, Sergeant.
So, yes. Oh, now that's intriguing. We got a lead. We now have some answers. We now know where to find Jacque Marquet. And we're going to go there and give him a piece of our mind. There it is, the hospital. This is where I want to be. Let's go deal with the situation at hand. I'm probably going to regret this.
The old building managed to retain some of its original grandeur, but the modern additions look like a baseball cap on a statue of a medieval saint.
Wow. George, you really come up with the most strangest lines. Sometimes I wonder what you do. Right then, here we are on the inside. Let's speak to the receptionist.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Is this the Hagenmeyer Clinic?
That's correct.
I thought I was in a garden center.
Oh, the plans. They were my idea. A little greenery to evoke the spirit of nature. How may I help you?
Well, you can help us with some very important information, like this guy.
I'm here to see Jacque Marquet.
Oh, yes. Are you related to our client, sir?
Right, should I lie to him? Her?
Yeah, I'm his, long-lost brother.
A brother half his age with a different name and an American accent.
Yeah, people always
Wow.
say that. I blame Mom.
George, this
We
isn't
were separated
working.
At an early age, after a mix-up in the nursery at the Oakland shopping mall.
I've never heard anything so ridiculous in all my life.
I guess not. So, do I get to see Marquet before the funeral?
That attitude will get you nowhere. My instructions were quite clear. No one gets to see Marquet. So unless you can prove you're a relative or a close acquaintance, you're wasting your time here.
Alright.
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
I don't think there's
You're
any point
welcome.
talking to her about the other stuff, to be honest. So what we're going to do, we're going to go down here now. Now, the idea is we need to deal with the situation at hand. A few minutes later. You wanted to load for a screen saying a few minutes later. Okay. Let me try that again. Alright. And we are back here again. Try talking to this fine fellow.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
I really need to figure out what I'm doing.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Call me George if you like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's my name.
My name's Benoit, but everyone calls me Bunny.
Bunny?
That's right.
Wow.
I used to have this cute habit when I was a kid.
Keep it to yourself, Benoit.
That was awkward.
Do you know anything about a patient named Marquet?
No, sir, I don't know much about any of the patients.
I've never met a doctor who admits that he's only human.
I'm only a trainee, sir. I'm sure I'll get the hang of things.
See you later.
Right.
Well, that was completely stupid. Let's try going this way then. Let's see if this will lead me to where I need to flipping be. And as for the result of this going around in flipping circles debacle I'm having... Wow. This is embarrassing. Is it really so confusing?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Right. I got a slight issue here. Seriously, where am I going?
Has Marquet been visited by a man in a clown costume?
Oh, no.
You haven't seen a man in disguise?
Well, there's Theodore the Bear. He comes every Thursday to entertain the children. Personally, I think he scares them half to death in that crummy old bear suit. If I was stuck on my back with tubes in every orifice, he's the last person I'd want to see.
Has Marquet had a visit from a pair of gangsters?
I should hope not. Can you describe them?
A thin guy who looks like a weasel and his friend, the gorilla.
Sounds as if they escaped from a zoo.
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Well, that was kind of entertaining, but let's be honest, I gotta now speak to this guy, because this is getting me nowhere.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Really? If you wish to make an appointment, see the receptionist.
I'm looking for a guy named Jacque Marquet.
In which department does he work?
He doesn't. He's a patient.
I see. You do realize there are strict policies regarding visiting hours, don't you?
This is important. I have to talk to Marquet urgently.
We make no exceptions to the rules.
It's a matter of life and death.
The well-oiled running of this hospital is a matter of life and death. That's why we have rules.
I think I ought to warn you that Marquet is not what he seems.
Explain yourself.
He's in league with a bunch of guys who want to take over the world.
Nonsense. Besides, Marquet's employers have paid in advance for one of our most exclusive private rooms.
Wow, I wonder how much they paid for that.
Could you tell me who Marquet's employers are?
Certainly not.
Thanks for your help.
Well, that was completely dumb. Okay, hang on a sec. I think... Let me try this. I want to try this now.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Look at this ID pass.
So you're Merlin. Marquet's been asking for you.
Oh,
For me?
wow, this is what we gotta do.
He was shouting your name when they brought him in here. Now, let me see. He was on Ward B12, as I recall. Oh, he's being transferred to... Oh, dear. He's on Ward J2. That's... Nurse Grendel's ward.
Hang on, let me have a
Excuse
word
me.
with her again. I got questions,
Yes, sir?
you got answers.
What's so bad about Nurse Grendel?
She runs that ward like a South American prison.
Keeping a well-disciplined ward isn't a crime, is it?
Well disciplined. In the discipline and punishment stakes, she'd whip the butt off the Marquis de Sade. Everything, I mean everything, is done to a strict routine. 6 o'clock alarm call, 6:10 bowel movements, and woe betide anyone who doesn't have a result. Those patients of hers are like Pavlova's dogs.
She sounds like a real nightmare.
And then some.
Wow.
If Nurse Grendel is that bad, how come the authorities tolerate her?
She's like part of the furniture.
Oh, you mean she's been here a long time?
No, I mean there's not a man in this clinic who hasn't sprawled out on her.
I was beginning to get the picture. This woman was jealous, with a big green capital J. How do I find Nurse Grendel's ward?
Down the corridor on the left, turn right at the senior consultant's washroom. Right again at the executive coffee lounge. Bear left past the administrator's sauna. And turn left at the end. That's J2. And good luck.
How?
Thanks for your help, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Have I actually got to go all the way there? Well, thankfully not. Don't worry, there's no need to go all the way down the corridor. We'll soon be arriving at our destination. This must be one very big hospital. Ah.
As I turned the corner, I saw the source of the hellish noise which echoed through the corridors. It was an industrial polishing machine with an odd-looking guy in tow.
Yeah, okay, might as well have a little chat. Seriously.
Hello.
What's that?
I said hello.
Oh, hiya.
I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
That's what I thought you said. Don't look so down in the mouth. No matter how bad things seem, I never let life get on top of me.
What?
Yeah? What's your secret?
Why, it's easy. All you have to do is smile and whistle this little tune.
You know what? If you start whistling, I'll bust you in the teeth.
It's a deal.
Wow. Wonder what this guy's all about.
Do you know where I'd find a patient called Marquet?
No, I'm not allowed on the wards with Mr. Shiny.
Did he just say Mr. Shiny?
Have you seen any unsavory characters lurking about in the corridors?
No, sir, I haven't. But I've got nothing to worry about. What's that, Mr. Shiny? You'd take good care of the rascals, I'll bet you would.
What
With a
the
friend like
heck?
him, I've no fear of oppressors.
It must be a great comfort.
He is.
Wow.
Do you know a nurse called Grendel?
Sure I do.
Is she on duty today?
Yeah, end of the corridor, Ward J2.
Would Mr. Shiny be your polishing machine by any chance?
Please, don't call him that. He's more of a friend than a machine. I've had Mr. Shiny for 3 years, and he's never let me down once.
How come you got so attached to a polishing machine?
I asked you not to call him that. He's got a name, you know.
Yeah, Mr. Shiny. It's just that...
You think it's odd, don't you?
No,
Well,
I don't mind. The rest of the staff think I'm twisted.
I'm not all
smirking
surprised.
behind me back when I gave Mr. Shiny his weekly pull through.
Whatever you got with this metal mopfoot is probably a fine and noble thing.
It is. Say, it's not every day I meet someone as crazy as me.
you are nuts.
See you later.
Yeah, take care now.
Right, what we gotta do to be a little bit awkward. I can just... Where is it? There it is. That's what I'm looking for. Get this. And it shuts down Mr. Shiny.
As I tugged the plug out of the socket, the polishing machine coughed, spluttered, and died.
Mr. Shiny, what's wrong, pal?
Right, come on, hurry up. Get in there, George. Nice going.
Dr. Stobart at your service.